Hey, welcome back to Whiskey Quest. My name's Antonio Perez, and tonight we are drinking Benchmark Old Number 8 Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. Now, before we move into the review, I want to take a quick moment and thank all the old subscribers for sticking around, and a special thanks to all the new subscribers. I hope you guys stick around and hope we all learn a thing or two. I'm really enjoying having these conversations with you guys on the in the comments. Um, keep on writing to me. I like to hear what you guys have to say. Maybe there's something I don't know that you know. I'm always here to learn. Hoping you guys get to learn something new from me. Uh, just to clarify, I'm not an expert. I'm just a guy that really enjoys having a drink of whiskey here and there, and recently discovered all the other things that it has to offer. So I've made it my whiskey quest to go out there and try as many different kinds as possible. And YouTube was a perfect place for me to document my progress. And I like to do a lot of research. I do a lot of reading. Somewhere down the line, I'm looking forward to taking some courses, maybe some seminars, going to events, and just continue growing and learning about this stuff right here that we all love. And I'm sure that's why you guys have been checking out my videos, and thanks for that. So let's move on to the review, and hopefully this one doesn't disappoint. All right, so um, Benchmark Old Number 8 is another budget bourbon that I picked up for $10. Um, it's 40% ABV, so 80 proof, and it's a straight bourbon. So remember, if it's a straight bourbon with no age statement, it's guaranteed it's going to be at least 4 years old. But if it's not 4 years old, by law they have to disclose it on the bottle. So this one is actually 3 years old. It's just like the other one I reviewed, the Zachariah Harris. It's right here on the side of the bottle. 3 years, again, in the barrel. Gave it a nice gold color. So on the nose, I get cherry cola. I get a little bit of the charred barrel there. There's some spice, and then I also get a little bit of a zesty orange peel kind of note there. And a very, very faint, kind of a funky leather note, but not in a bad way. It's pretty unique note there. That's pretty much it on the nose. On the palate, yeah, same thing as before. It starts off as hot, and then it moves into like a sweet cinnamon. So it's a hot cinnamon progressed by a sweet cinnamon, and it has some pretty good mouthfeel, kind of buttery or oily maybe. Definitely some of the char, the barrel there. You can taste that at the end as you do the old Kentucky chew. Um, the finish is a bit dry, but it's long. It lingers. It stays there for a while. It lets you know it's still there, which is pretty good. I like that. I like that it's only 40%, and it has that kind of a finish. Let's add a little bit of water to this. So again, I picked this up for $10, and I was looking around the liquor store, and this caught my eye, one for the price, and then I picked it up, and I look, and right at the bottom it says that it's distilled and bottled by Buffalo Trace. So again, Buffalo Trace is one of those brands that I think everybody kind of knows about by now. And they're owned by the Sazerac company, which is also owns the Zachariah Harris. So I was like, all right, well then, two budget bourbons for $10. I had to grab this and compare. So $10, and I tell you right now, I actually do prefer this one over the Zachariah Harris. So if I had them both in front of me, they were my only two options. I picked this one every single time. No question about that. Hey, it's Future Tony here. I only have a few seconds before I screw up the space-time continuum. After I finished recording the video, I found out that Benchmark uses the same mash bill for Buffalo Trace Bourbon, Eagle Rare, Stag Junior, Stag, among some other ones. Gotta run. Bye. And this place has not changed one bit. So once you let it open up a little bit, you let the water do its thing. If it happens to change it. I actually had already tried this before the review, and on the nose, the water does help it out a little bit. It does make it softer, a little bit fruitiness comes out there. Get like a little bit of honey and pear right up front. I still get a little bit of the charred wood. But things do tend to fade a little, it's only 40%. But the honey and pear, that's something that changes right there. I still get a little bit of the leather, and the cherry is like far way back there. Now it's very hard to pick up, but it's still in there. It's more of a cherry now than a cherry cola. Yeah, that's pretty much it. On the palate, same as before. On the palate, the water just it just tastes flat, with some light spice still in there. Some like brown sugar. So it's more like a sugary, kind of spice note there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It hasn't changed much from last time that I tried it. And the finish is a lot shorter. So the finish, it actually gets shorter, but there's a light tangy, kind of like a sweet tart kind of note in there, the kind you would get from eating apricots or maybe a plum, with the skin on it. And you still get that buttery mouthfeel. So overall, I think this is good for the price. It's definitely, in my opinion, better than the Zachariah Harris. So they're both $10 bourbons. I would choose this one every single time over the other one. And I think I prefer this neat without water. It's a sipping bourbon. Um, Although you might want to just use this as a mixer, for that matter. But nonetheless, it's still a pretty good, tasty bourbon. I wouldn't mind drinking it neat, just not all the time. Um, I do prefer the finish with the water, just because of that plummy apricot kind of finish it had there. So yeah, let's end the video with this is a pretty good budget bourbon. Give it a chance if you want to try something new. Maybe funds are running a little bit low and you just want to get something on the cheaper side. This is definitely one that you can pick up for those kind of moments. Um, I'm glad I tried it. So again, I want to thank all the old subscribers and the new subscribers and the future subscribers. Um, Hopefully we can. This is the beginning of something special. And here's to you guys. Cheers. See you in the next video. Bye.